Skull, and welcome back to Organic Cardboard. My name is Owen Kneep, and today I got a tiny package with some epic weight to it from Gamelin Games in the mail, and I think you guys know what this is. This is Tiny Epic Vikings. This came out, the Kickstarter finished May 26th of last year, so it is now February 24th of 2023. So it has spent 9 months in gestation and has arrived at my door today. So today what I'd like to do is a quick little unboxing video of this straight from the USPS package that I got. So let's go ahead and get to it. Get my knife out here. Okay. So one thing I noticed when I got this today is I also got an email from Gamelin Games that was for a Dized tutorial, like a code for this. I guess this was something that they had offered in the Kickstarter for people that were backing it. And it's like an ad-free code. I don't know. I opened up my Dized app, and you guys may or may not be familiar with Dized. It's an app that allows you to have like easy access to rules for games, as well as tutorials, and they're starting to add some extra content. Like for a couple dollars, you can buy this little sound and something, I don't know, game enhancement, little music add-on or whatever that can go along with your game. But I backed this with the expansion, because why would you not? You're gonna back it. And I haven't really looked at Tiny Epic Vikings that much since the campaign, so I can't really remember a whole lot about what was going on in it. Other than that, Tiny Epic Vikings is basically the Tiny Epic version of Blood Rage or something similar. It's definitely not going to be Blood Rage, but it may have a similar theme. Well, it definitely has a similar theme with the Viking-esque nature to it. I'm excited to get into this and open it up. I've got my Viking mug with me here to help me out, because when are you going to pull this out except for when you're playing Viking games? So cheers. Let's take a look and see what we got inside. We'll open the main box first. Obviously, this is the deluxe version as well. So, I'm assuming everybody's going to be getting this very soon if you haven't gotten it already. Surprisingly quick how fast Gamelin Games is getting at producing their games. 9 months is one of the shortest turnarounds I've gotten for a Kickstarter game so far. So looks like we got some nice like artwork inside the box here, kind of typical of Tiny Epic Games. The rule book here, and all of the little wooden pieces, bunch of little Viking characters, cards, some Vikings. And again, I'm definitely going to have to use that Dized app tutorial, because I can't remember hardly anything that was going on in this game. I'm going to have to learn it all from scratch, because I did not prepare. So this looks like it may be a little mini expansion. Yes, shamans. So that's certainly reminiscent of Blood Rage, because in Blood Rage you also had a shaman kind of expansion to it. There were shamans or witches or something similar. These cards are really nice. They've got that like linen finish to them. Yeah, we've got Ragnall, Lander, Gunborg. Nice artwork. It's kind of like semi-realistic artwork. Back of the cards. It's nice flavor to it. We got Loki and Hel, Goddess of Death. So I'm assuming these are the player boards that you get to play as. Not sure what those are. Okay. These look like the kind of typical version for tiny epic games where you have the big cards that make up the player boards and the mat or the main, like, you know, like the cards that everybody's kind of using together. We've got Odin, Frigg, Thor. Thor looks pretty cool. Freya. Nice artwork on these. These really look like they kind of went a little more realistic with their art style this time around. Now this, if you don't already know, this is a first for Tiny Epic Games that they actually have a little Tiny Epic game board. So this is not typical of Tiny Epic Games. Usually these would just be a few cards, a few of those really large cards that they like to use. But a little small mat here. Looks like it's, yeah, one side's got more to it. So maybe you can play a smaller, 1 to 3 players. So this is the 1 to 3 player side. And then we have a 4-player side that's larger. It's kind of like they backed away a little bit to, it's like zoomed in on this side and zoomed out a little bit on this back side for a 4-player game. So that's nice. That's different. That's interesting. Just kind of ripping through all these little card packs here. I'm like, what is this? Okay, so these look like some kind of resources that you can pick up. Again, all the cards feel really nice. These probably are cards that like you wouldn't really like have to sleeve. They're pretty nice quality as they are, but I'll definitely sleeve them just because I literally cannot help myself with anything that can take a sleeve. I usually put a sleeve on. I was playing Spirit Island with a fella over at our board game meetup, and he actually had the player, like individual player boards, like the actual boards. He had those sleeved, and I was like, wow, you must be my kind of person. But I don't think I've ever sleeved anything that was straight cardboard, but card stock I definitely do. So this is the Ragnarok expansion. It says, this is truly the end of the world, Ragnarok. The sea and the bitter north has frozen over, and the giants of Jotunheim are devastating the runic islands. The power of the gods is waning, and they are furious. In a last-ditch effort, they have deployed their Valkyries, the winged warrior maidens of Asgard, to aid the mortal Vikings in slaying the scourge of giants. Every true-blooded Viking knows that to give one's life felling a giant would be the greatest honor of their clan. So we've got giants in this one and Valkyries. Again, the nice artwork inside. See that? thin rule book. So a lot of this is typical flavor of Gamelin Games Tiny Epic series. Similar quality for the majority of the things here. So each one of these giants has a number on the back of it. I'm assuming that's maybe a hidden power if you go to attack them, or assuming those are maybe your points that you get for destroying them. We shall see. Here's the little Valkyries. And we've got some more Vikings. These are, again, all the Valkyrie characters with their wings and their fierce faces. Very cool. This one's pretty cool. She looks scary. I'm assuming that's a she. I don't know what that. I don't know if that's a Skegjold. Looks like a tough woman. Could be a man with just braided hair and a pretty. He would have had a beard, I would assume. Surain. Goal. Pretty cool. Alright, so we've got individual players, boards here. These are probably like for a single player game. This backside. Either that or it's just some like starting bonuses or something that they get. So we've got Balder, Heimdall, Nana, Goddess of Peace, old Nana. Sigyn. That's cool. I like this. I like that. That looks neat. That's really neat. Just like got that snake milking into that bowl. I really like the artwork on these. These are some of these are really cool. Some are kind of more, you know, just representing whatever god figure, and it's, I mean, Balder, god of beauty. So some pretty Chris Hemsworth looking character here, but some of them are really neat looking though. Yeah. Okay, did I tear through everything? Oh, we have a second board. Wonder if this is an additional board or one that you just only play with the expansion. I'm not sure. Same 1 to 3 player side and the 4 player side. See here. You know, they never just make these little card packs. They never really make them where you can just open them really easily. That's not too bad. So you got old Carl. Gotta have old Carl there. Hope that picks it up. That's funny, Carl. Okay, so you can... Again, really neat looking artwork on these. Arnie. Well, this is the most like mature art that I've seen so far out of any of the Tiny Epic games. I don't have them all though. I've got quite a few, but I don't have zombies. I don't have pirates. Or no, I do have pirates. I don't have the Western one, whatever that one was. Tiny Epic Western, I guess that's what it was called. Got Bo the Builder. Old Leaf Erickson. Yeah, I'm really digging the artwork on these. Very cool. So that's essentially everything. I didn't pull these little pieces out and make a mess with them yet. We got some of the wooden bits, little Viking characters, little houses, resources. Got little boats, some runes. Well, I'm looking forward to getting into it. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to pack this all back into one of these or both of these boxes. Usually you can get these things back in. I actually got like all of Tiny Epic Dungeons back into the box, and even with the like giant wooden versions of the individual tokens for each of the monsters. So I feel like I'll be able to get these back in, but I'm probably going to print an insert just so that I can separate some of these tokens out so they're not just such a big mess every time you pull them out. But that's what you're going to get though when you get your game in. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to see in your Tiny Epic Vikings Kickstarter order. It kind of just made a big mess on my table here, but I'm looking forward to getting into this. If one thing that I will say is that if you had gotten any of the additional like mats and things like that, then you might have a couple other things that weren't shown here. I don't ever order that stuff because it just always seems like it's just extra junk that I have to keep around. If I can't fit it into the box, it kind of stinks. I even like to take all of my expansion boxes and condense them down into the core box whenever it's possible. So those are usually always a pass for me if it's something that doesn't look like I'm going to be able to jam it in. But otherwise, this is what you're going to look for though for any of your like deluxe versions of the game. But I appreciate you guys stopping by today. If you enjoy this kind of content, you can always give a couple of those free clicks on the screen there. It really helps out channels like mine. But until then, I hope you guys are getting your games in now or shortly, and I hope they arrive in good condition. I know mine sure did. Didn't have any dings or dents or any problems with any of the cards or anything. From what I can tell, I don't see any damage at all, so that's always a plus. And they're so quick at getting around their orders. That's just an extra plus on them. But anyways, until next time, I hope you guys are enjoying your games, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Take care. Bye-bye.